Alrighty, welcome to Beaver Dam Reservoir, North Carolina, November, I think it's about the 12th or 13th of November, 2018. It's been a year since I fished out here, and for the past few years the lake has looked different each time. You can see how close the water is to where I launched my boat today. If you look at my YouTube channel, a couple of years ago, this shoreline was 50 feet or more farther out. I like the water about the way it is. You can see that it's flooded part of the access road down here. I'm on the east side of the lake. This is not an official launching area, but I've been launching here ever since this lake was first dammed up. I have seen it where this water went up this road past where that garbage can is. But anyhow, the way I'm seeing it, it's A1. Yesterday we had the first hard freeze of the season, and so I drove up here and went across the bridge on the northern end of the lake looking for seagulls. I did not see any, but then I drove down here to my little launching area, and I know it's too far away for you to see, but there are dozens of seagulls right out from where I launched today. That's a little farther south than where I normally find the fish this time of year, but that's good because we're expecting rain today. The closer to the ramp, the better for me. I would have delayed this a week, but they're calling for a system coming through in a couple of hours. It's going to start in a couple of hours, and it's going to drop upwards of 4 inches of rain, and I know that's going to really affect the water level and the water clarity. So I wanted to get out here today. I can't complain. Temperature right now at the lake is about 37 degrees. I think up here it's supposed to get up to the mid 40s. So you know, that's not springtime weather, but I think it's about perfect for trying to find a white bass. We got an overcast sky. Yesterday was clear bluebird skies, high pressure. Now we have a approaching low pressure system. So been a year since I've been out here, but we're going to head on out there and chase down some birds and see what they're feeding on, and hopefully there'll be some white bass to be found. Check in later. I normally go north when I launch my boat on the east side of the lake, but when I got out to the main lake, I could see all these birds down here at the mouth of this creek. So I'm hoping that means that yesterday's cold weather may have pulled the shad out of the creek. And hopefully if the shad are stacked up in the mouth of this thing, then there'll be some white bass or some largemouth trying to pick them off. Depth finder is showing 57 degrees. It was 52 degrees up where I launched. 12.5 feet. And I am seeing some scattered fish. A little bit of brush down there. There's not much structure in this lake. You just have to, for me, I just troll around. Either work the shoreline or get out in the open water and troll. Saves time. When I find fish, I throw a buoy out, work around that. All right, well, I'm coming up to the mouth of this creek, and so far I'm not seeing any huge schools of bait. Of course, my depth finder isn't the best, less than $100, I think. All right, we'll turn it back on when we get hooked up. I'm at the mouth of this creek. Still no large schools of bait on the depth finder, just some scattered game fish. And I think one of the reasons I'm not seeing so much bait on the depth finder is because they're all on the surface. They're everywhere. Everywhere I look right here, dimples. You can see them jumping. Little shad, about 2.5, 3 inches long. Perfect bait. All right, well, there's the bait right there. Check it out. I'm in 13 feet of water, but there's so much bait under me right now, my depth finder's giving me a false reading of 5 or 6 feet. Yeah, that's an amazing amount of bait right there. All right, let me pay attention here. Maybe we'll get lucky. This is what fishing is like. Tons of bait. I can see individual fish on the depth finder and no bites. I guess if I was a better fisherman, I would have stayed on that spot, tried different lures, but because of the approaching storm, I just came with the basics today. I've got a couple of crappy jigs in my pocket and a little George on my bait casting rod. So I did see birds really blitzing a little farther south down the lake, but I don't want to go down there today. The wind's out of the northeast. I've only got one battery with me and I'm by myself, so I don't know what's coming, you know. So if I make a move, I'm going to go to the north. That way, if it gets really bad, I can hug the shoreline and just go downwind, get back to my truck. I don't really see any birds up this way, but that's okay. I'm gonna spend my day up north. If I get skunked, that's just part of the game. Next time I come, I'll chase the birds like I normally do. I'm sure we'll get something before the day's over. Don't lose hope. I towed north, I trolled north, probably a half mile. I'm in 8 feet of water, and saw nothing on the depth finder. I had one bite. I think it was a crappie bite. He got off when I was reaching for the camera. I don't know what next. I'm going to go across the lake to the east side, and heck, maybe I'm coming into some 11, 12 foot water now. I'll troll across that, and when I get to the east side, I might just look for some crappies or some largemouth. Maybe get some 6 feet of water and just try something totally different than what I'd planned on today. So it ain't over till I get too darn wet to stay out here, which may be pretty soon. It's not raining yet, but it is getting colder. It feels colder. Wind has really picked up. So hopefully we'll have a fish to show you before this video is finished. Trying to get my hat on. I gave up trolling out there in the deep, came over here and casted to this grass line. I got something on here, I don't know what it is. Oh, it came off as a catfish. Well, yeah, it's about a 2-pound catfish. This might have to be the new reality here. Better than nothing. I'm a liar. No two ways about it. I'm lying. I'm lying because I'm heading south. I swore I wasn't going to do that today. All I had up north was one catfish, and I lost him at the boat. I met a guy named Joe. He's from Chicago. He's out here today in a little Hobie kayak. And he was fishing up by the bridge on the north side. He said that a couple of weeks ago he did real well up there on white bass, but today he got skunked. So I think he's heading a little bit south. He launched the same place I did. I'm going to go a little farther down than the creek he wants to fish. I'm going to go down where I saw those birds wheeling. Worth a shot. I was expecting it to be raining by now. I don't know what time it is. I think it's about 11 a.m. I'm just guessing. I don't have a watch. But anyhow, that's plan C right now. Go south. If the wind blows too hard and I run out of battery, I'll just tie my boat up to a tree and walk back to the truck. I got to catch a fish, fellas. Got to. Here comes the weather. And I'm still heading south. This may go down in my book as in the chapter of bad decisions. Well, I don't think I'm going to melt. I got my rain suit on. But I am afraid I might get disappointed coming all this way and then not getting a bite. I'll start fishing here in about another 100 yards. Hope I got good news before this is over with. This is a predicament. There's a ton of bait right here. Something's pushing them to the top. They're flopping all around the boat. I'm circling them like Custer's last stand. Not even a nibble. I don't know what to do. I hadn't had a drink of liquor in a couple of years. I drank beer, but I hadn't had any whiskey. Man, this is the kind of day I need to put some logs on the fire. Fix me a good brown drink. But it's Veterans Day Monday, and in North Carolina, all our liquor stores are controlled by the state, so I'm not sure they're even open today. I don't know, maybe I'll stop at a store on the way home, get me a 6-pack of dark ale or something. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm about ready to give this up. I'm going to troll back to the truck. It's going to be about a 20-30 minute ride. If I hadn't caught anything by then, it's bye-bye. Good thing you weren't here. I always say wish you were here with me, but thank you lucky stars you skipped this trip. I'm out of here.